if I'm not wrong, you must have had become the bestest of you now, because you must be feeling free, you must be feeling, there must be a lot of acceptance, realizations. And I think, looking at you, I feel you are who you always wanted to be, and you look very sorted, you look very positive, you look very motivated and self-driven. So I think Sanatan has changed us in a very positive way. I mean, for my, I can vouch, yes, I have become a better version. And looking at you, I assume that you are also the bestest version of you. And we are, transcending, we are constantly transforming into the bestest of the bestest. So my next question, Claudia, is that I read across your website and across your Twitter, and I did come to know that you are into yoga and psychology. So I could not process it pretty well, because I'm not so familiar with both coming together. So I personally would want to know, what is yoga and philosophy, and how do you work with that, and what and where can it be used?
Yes. One of my discoveries in this journey was yoga psychology. And something very interesting is that we usually, as human beings, we want to put people with labels, right? And we want to put people in boxes. And for me, yoga and Sanatana Dharma liberate people in that sense as well, that you don't have to be labeled a certain way or put in a box in a little niche, and that's your life. So I think that is very limiting, and that's what we all are going through this journey. We all are, but some people are ready to go out of the box and explore themselves. And there's nothing wrong with not exploring, right? It's just not your time. But I think we are all destined to do that. It's our mission in life to explore your true self, right? The supreme transcendent aspect of life. So when I started studying yoga, I became very interested in psychology, right? Because when you start thinking about, let's say, like Buddha's journey, he left a rich life. He was a prince. He went to the woods and he just wanted to find the meaning of life, right? Why people suffer and how can we stop it? And that's why we love him, right? And he's still very relevant after thousands of years, because he transcended that dimension that we are all looking. So that has to do with the mind, right? So the mind for me is fascinating. I'm actually in my clinical sequence of a master's in clinical mental health in the United States. So what I want to do after I finish it's taking me a long time, because it is a difficult master's to do, but it's 3 years. It's taking me almost 4. But yes, I became fascinated with the mind and yoga psychology because everything starts with our thoughts. So if Buddha was not ready to leave the comfortable life and go suffer, bodily pain of being in the woods, sitting, meditating, he would not have discovered his true self, and he would not have been the leader and prophet that it is today for the entire world. So that's how important it is for human beings to understand that our mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. So if you don't get a hold on your mind, if you don't manage your thoughts and your energies, you are not going to be fulfilled. You're not going to be happy. It doesn't matter how many houses do you have, how much money do you make. That doesn't matter. What the soul wants is self-inquiry, self-discovery, fulfillment. And your mind is a processor. So if you don't handle your mind and your thoughts properly, which is what yoga teaches, yoga psychology, in my opinion, we are wasting our time in this lifetime, because we are just passing by. We're just living superficially. So if you want to go deeper, if you want to feel joyful, exuberant, happy, grounded. It is possible, right? It's a journey, right? It's not easy because the mind it works like that. It works for survival. The mind has negativity bias. It has social conditioning, dogma, beliefs that your parents have transferred to you and your school and your teachers. So all of that is wonderful, but it can also be very damaging for your fulfillment, unfortunately. So that's why I say that I'm a rebel, because I knew that I wanted to be free, right? Free for discovery of the true self. So the mind has to do with that. So yoga psychology is that part of yoga, the big branch of yoga, which is a science. It's not just yoga exercise, because in the West, a lot of people, when they hear yoga, they think exercise. And that's just a very, very small percentage of what yoga is. So the branch of yoga that is yoga psychology is, how do I handle my mind, my anxiety, my depression, what is causing all of these mental issues, and what yoga has to say, what tools yoga provides to handle that the best way possible. So that's my niche. That's what I'm studying, and I'm so passionate about it.